Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the final day of the Modern Warfare 3 beta. With this being the final full day, Sledgehammer Games has decided to go ahead and activate double weapon XP for everybody to allow us to level up our guns a little bit faster and try out different attachments and things like that. Keep in mind, none of your weapon progression is going to carry over into the full launch of the game, so don't feel like you have to grind out every single weapon or anything like that. But if you're still playing the beta or if you're just now getting into the beta, it is nice that you can level up your guns a little bit faster and try out different attachments and try out different things. That being said, however, the beta has been kind of odd this time around, has it not? It feels like Sledgehammer Games has not really acknowledged very many issues. Sure, they fixed Battle Rage pretty quickly, and that was nice. They fixed the ACS not working on certain objectives, and they fixed that bug that people were able to glitch into a rock next to the waterfall on the state. They fixed a couple of things, right? But at the same time, it feels like there has been so much criticism towards the beta, so much feedback being pushed their way, and then you check out their Twitter, and it's literally just them retweeting trick shots and things like that. Like, they're not really talking about the changes that they're going to be making, which is a bit concerning considering the game launches in less than 1 month, right? All these players are playing your game. We're all giving you so much feedback and you're not really acknowledging any of that feedback. It's weird, right? Well, it turns out they have acknowledged some of that feedback. You just have to dive a little bit deeper to actually find it online. So Sledgehammer Games has a Trello board. I'll put a link to it down there in the description, and then here we can see all the known issues that they're currently working on, as well as things that they have resolved. When it comes to things they've already fixed throughout the beta, they're things I've already covered, like the ACS not working properly, or people glitching into that rock on a state, or having little things like that happen. They actually fixed the Bass B as well, because that gun, here's a clip of it, that gun would just sometimes straight up not work. Like, your bullets would just not hit your target for whatever reason, and they fixed that as well. But over here, they have a number of other issues that they plan to have fixed, but again, the beta ends in like 20 hours, so even when they do fix these things, we're gonna have to wait for the full launch of the game to actually get to see how the game feels with these changes. So let's go ahead and check these out. The big one for me, they have a fix scheduled for this: footstep volume levels for teammates, matches, enemies. So that's been a big problem throughout the entire beta. I will say it's gotten better once we got those covert sneakers, because when I'm using those, I don't hear my own footsteps anymore, and if I have one or two teammates also using them, I no longer hear their footsteps, and as such, it's a little bit easier just to differentiate friend from foe while I'm running around the map, because there's not so many people running around with elephant feet, right? At least they've acknowledged it. It's not going to be fixed by the time the beta ends, but at least they've acknowledged that teammate footsteps are way too loud in this game, and they are going to be fixing that between now and when the game drops on November 10th. Definitely some pretty good news. Next up, we have the Guardian SC killstreak can sometimes cause the HUD to disappear until respawn. I can't say I've ran into that bug personally, but it does say fix scheduled, so they've already figured it out, and when it comes to the full launch of the game, that's no longer going to be an issue. Next up, we have loadout selection UI sometimes appears randomly. I have footage of this somewhere. I can't find it. I've been looking for it. It happened while I was streaming, actually. It was on Favela. I'm running around with the Scorpion Evo submachine gun, right? And then out of nowhere, my create class like popped up and it changed my class to an assault rifle. Like, the game changed my class for me, and it was really freaking weird. Well, apparently they figured out whatever it is that causes that, and there's a fix scheduled for that, so come the full launch of the game, we're going to be good to go. Next up, the counter UAV sometimes cannot be used due to not enough space to call in. As someone who runs UAV and counter UAV all the time, I ran into that bug so many damn times. It kind of feels like you have to be in the middle of like an open field or something like that for you to call in your counter UAV. You know, if you're ducking behind cover or you're running inside of a building where it's kind of like tight corridors and all that, you just can't call in your counter UAV, man. It was really frustrating. It was just a bug with the kill streak, and they've apparently figured that out as well, so that's going to be fixed come the full launch of the game. Now, the other stuff here, they're still investigating. These are not fixed scheduled issues. These are things that they're still currently investigating, and they have to figure out something between now and November 10th, but they're at least acknowledging these issues. Right here, we have the ACS field upgrade. Apparently, it's still not working all the time, and they're currently working on that. The next one's pretty big. Missing announcer voice lines for enemy UAV activation. I did talk about that in a recent video. I thought it was like an intended change, but you can see right here on the Trello board, it's just a straight up bug. For some reason, the announcers in Modern Warfare 3 will not let you know when the enemy team is calling in a UAV or a counter UAV or anything like that. Instead, you have to listen for this like weird noise to have an idea of when they're calling in that stuff, and apparently it's just a bug. But the beta's been out for like 2 weeks now, and they don't even have a fix scheduled for it. They're still investigating it. They can't figure out announcers, for crying out loud. Like, I don't know how that's possibly an issue really whatsoever, but apparently if they can get it sorted between now and November 10th, when the game does launch, we'll actually be able to hear when the enemy team calls in a UAV or a counter UAV, and that will definitely make the game feel a lot better. Next up, and I've seen a lot of people talking about this, player health bar is missing from the HUD. Now, it's hard to interpret what they mean by this. What I personally think it means is, let's just take a screenshot here of Modern Warfare 3 and then splice in some Black Ops 4. I think we're supposed to have a health bar on the bottom left-hand side of our screen. I think that is what they're hoping for, because when you watch kill cams, you can see the health bar in the kill cams, but you can't really see the health bar for yourself when you're just playing the game normally, and having that health bar there is also very helpful. Now, I will also say, given the nature of the slower time to kill that we have here in Modern Warfare 3, it would be nice to at the very least give us an option to have health bars above enemy players. Let's just check this out again from Black Ops 4. Not only do we have a health bar there, we have the prestige icon, we've got the clan tag, we've got the name. Like, players were incredibly visible in Black Ops 4, and it was nice. And again, just watch this clip here. It's nothing fancy or anything, but you know, I'm taking out these players, I can see their health bars, I can see my health bar go down, I can see me get into this giant fight. Manual healing was so damn good. I barely got out of there with 7 health, and it was kind of nice to have all that information on your screen. You know what I mean? Like, Black Ops 4's HUD I thought was actually pretty fantastic, and apparently they're going to be working through a number of things like that in regards to Modern Warfare 3. We'll have to see. I imagine they're just going to put a health bar on our HUD so we can see what our health is, but I would like at the very least for them to give us the option in the interface menu to turn on health bars for enemy players if we so choose. And going back to Black Ops 4 again, it's not like they were always above the target's head. It's only above their head when you're actually aiming at them. Some people may not want the health bars. I've actually seen that complaint several times over the years. People don't like health bars for some reason. Doesn't bother me a bit. Maybe it's an immersion thing for them. Give players the option. If you don't want health bars, you don't need to have it on. If you want health bars, you have the option to turn them on. Best of both worlds, and I hope that Sledgehammer Games pays attention to that feedback, and I hope that's something they have planned for the future. And then the final thing here, they're still investigating it. Again, Blaze, who's an operator in this game, her going, grenade, 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 grenade. Yeah, they're apparently fixing that as well. I mean, well, they're working on it. They're investigating it. They don't even have like a proper, fix scheduled for it yet. But regardless, I did think it was pretty interesting being able to go through and see all the things that they're currently looking to change between now and the full launch of the game. I think weapon balance obviously is something they're going to have to adjust quite a bit, but I think they have to wait for the full launch for that. I really do, because we have to wait until we have every gun from Modern Warfare 3 in the game, along with all the carry forward Modern Warfare 2 weapons. Like, weapon balance no doubt is going to be pretty crazy when the game fully launches. There's no way they're gonna have like 100 guns in the game and it's just gonna be balanced perfectly. Like, there's no way it's gonna happen. So when it comes to other aspects of the game, like different things that they can do in terms of like your friendly footstep audio versus enemy footstep audio, that stuff's pretty important to me. I like that they're actually working on that, and they're going to be changing up the announcers, making it so they actually activate and let you know when enemy UAVs and counter UAVs are going up, and they're going to be changing up the HUD a little bit. That all sounds fine, but I feel like it's been a weird beta because they haven't really communicated as much as I kind of thought that they were going to be, and they really didn't update the beta that much either in terms of changes or anything. I remember back during Black Ops 4, they straight up changed up a map. I mean, Sledgehammer did the same thing. In Black Ops 4, it was Seaside. They actually adjusted the one building on Seaside and like changed up the geometry of it because it just wasn't all that balanced. And Sledgehammer did the same thing with, I believe, Aachen back in the Call of Duty World War II beta. They actually just straight up changed up the maps and stuff like that. They really went hard when it came to the betas back in the day. Whereas this beta, they fixed Battle Rage, which I think we're all happy for, and they fixed a wall glitch, but that's pretty much it. They didn't really do anything else. So we'll have to wait and see, guys, how the full launch of the game is going to feel. I truly do hope that they have more plans for changing around things and trying to smooth out the gameplay, and definitely fixing packet burst. I'm annoyed that like nothing about the connection has not appeared so far on their Trello board, because packet burst is rampant right now within the Modern Warfare 3 beta, and hopefully that's something that can also be sorted out before launch, because there's not even that many people playing the beta compared to the amount of people that are going to be there at launch. And if we're having these like server issues and connectivity issues already, that needs to be fixed. That needs to be addressed ASAP. I mean, balancing is one thing, but when like your connection to the game just sucks for some reason, that's a bad thing, right? It doesn't matter how good the game is or how bad the game is if your connection to it is not good, because no matter what, it's going to feel terrible. So ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this little update video here today. I will keep you posted as we learn more, and if Sledgehammer Games gives us more information. I'm hoping that tomorrow after the beta ends, they put out a blog post where they talk about different things things they learned from the beta and different things they may have planned for the full launch of the game. If something like that comes out, I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you posted. But for right now, that's all the information we have. So therefore, that's the end of this video. Thank you guys all so much for listening. Be sure to subscribe if you're new around here, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.